Alright, I'm going to do a little documentation on this door and the rocker before I take it off. I'll do my tape measure. I measured this once before, I believe it's 4 inches. I'll measure it one more time. Yeah, it's about 3 3/4 of an inch to that pinch weld from the front of that, and it probably changes a little bit from wherever you're gonna hit it from. But pretty close, maybe 7/8. And you can see that's, you know, not precise by any means. Looks like it's right at 1 inch out away from the front panel there. And you see this has been, I actually tried to pull this out. This was crushed in, looked like somebody took a jack and tried to jack the car up at some point by using the rockers, which that's a no-no. But anyway, these panels are really freaking strong, so it's hard to do. And on Daryl's car, I cut a piece out from the top and came down from the top and beat it back down into shape, and then welded the piece back in. Because pulling on this, it just ends up ripping holes like that. So yeah, just kind of checking things out. You can see the gap here is a little bigger in the front than it is in the back. I haven't messed with this side whatsoever, so I mean, this is just the first time I'm getting ready to pull this off, but I'm just wanting to document this real quick as to what I've got. Hell, I'm missing a bolt there too. Yeah, that's no good. Seems like I checked already on these hinges. No, I might want to undo that. Like I checked the hinges on these. They're really pretty dang good. There's really not any slop to speak of in that hinge. Maybe just a little bit. I don't know. I tried to rebuild a hinge. I had a hinge kit. I was going to rebuild Daryl's hinges, and ended up finding out they were just as sloppy after I rebuilt them as they were before, so I ended up buying new hinges for his car. And the hinges that came were super tight, super nice. I think they were OER hinges. But yeah, we may end up buying new hinges or rebuilding these, I don't know. It's really not bad. There may be a 1/16 or an 1/8 of an inch up and down, and I don't know what tolerance they're actually given for that. But all right, let me do a little bit more measuring, and then we'll start cutting these panels off, or cutting the rocker out. All right, we'll see you guys in a bit. All right, we're going to do a little investigative work. I've done all the measurements on this. And in order to get to the bottom of this and cut all that out, I've got to have access to this panel anyway, so we'll see what they've got going in here. I don't know, at some point I bought probably 40 or 50 of these, and I didn't think they were that expensive. I was thinking, you know, I mean, these are a couple, you know, pennies a piece or whatever. Yeah, no. These are $2 a piece. Most places you can get them, in some places you can find them for $1 a piece, but they're pretty freaking expensive. Well, I found these pretty reasonable, and they're made by Cow Hawk or something. My guess is they suck. I got them for about 75 cents a piece. But I didn't realize that these are 32 blades per inch, I believe, versus the 24, which are a little more coarse that I was cutting everything else with, which cuts metal really well. So kind of curious as to this super fine, if it's going to cut the same, and how long it's going to last, and if it's just cheap quality, it feels kind of not that great. So we'll give her a shot here to kind of see what happens. You know, it didn't do too bad, really. I still think I like the coarse ones better. From now on, I'll probably buy the 24 tube. But, you know, it didn't do too bad. And I like to use these, and I also use those cutters. I forgot what they're called, shears or whatever. Because first of all, I don't like all the, you know, throwing sparks everywhere, and these make a ton of dust and shit that flies everywhere. So if I can use these, I do. The only thing was falling on me was Bondo dust. I mean, they've got a thin coat of Bondo over this whole panel right here. But, alright, let's take a look at this. Let's see what they did here. This is fun for me for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just sick. Here. Really? Why? And maybe because their weld sucks so bad they had to just go, maybe, hey, let's just back that up with some pop rivets just to be safe. I don't get it. And maybe they were cutting some rust out to patch back in. What the hell, people? Looks like the rest of this is, you know, pretty factory. They just cut this little freaking patch out of here for some reason. Like I said, maybe it was all rusted. See, it's gone up through here too. So my guess is maybe that whole, because these tend to rust out right here because dirt and shit gets in between your pinch area here. So maybe that's what the case was. But it looks like all this stuff is still factory on this side, which is fantastic. Not too many goodies in there. And you're amazed what you can find inside these cars. Wonder if that panel's still stuck on there good. I guess when we take that panel off, we'll figure out if it falls off on the floor. Alright, so that'll do it for that. Oh yeah, here's your pop rivets from the top. So nice. So nice. All right. See ya. All right, let's take a close look at this side. Follow this line down. Uh-oh. What happened there? You gotta laugh, man. I mean, otherwise, I guess you'd cry. So, look at this dent under here. I hope you can see that. So, I think this car was broken in half at some point, and then maybe they welded it back together. Once I take the roof off, I'll probably see the seam, you know, where they actually fit it back into two pieces. Because I mean, unless something hit that right there, I'm thinking maybe all this other effect crushed that down, you know, this way. And possibly, you know, the metal has to go somewhere, so maybe it buckled under there. This is great. You know what, though? I'm gonna fix it, because I'm a glutton for punishment. I mean, anybody can go out and buy a Dynacorn car. You know, that's a give-up shot. You want to give up, go ahead. I'm not giving up. I'm gonna fix this sucker, because that's what I do. My wife says there's nothing I can't fix. I mean, she always comes to me, hey, this is broken, can you fix it? And, you know, I fix everything, you know, but I just use common sense and say, okay, it was like this and it needs to go back like that, and you know, you fix it. It's just that simple. But yeah, this is going to be fun, but we're going to fix it. So again, this is just reinforcing the fact that we need to get the floors and the rails out of there and get it back on the jig like it needs to be, and then start working our way up. You know, and ultimately this will be a freaking new car by the time I'm done, because I'm going to have to replace damn near every panel on this car. So yeah, at least with me building it, I know it's going to be the way I want it to be. You know, I know the welds are going to be right. You know, those new Dynacorn cars, they're pinch welding those together. Well, are they pinch welding them with the good big factory stuff like they did back in the day, or they got some little Taiwan kid in there, you know, with a 110 freaking pinch welder, you know, not paying attention to what he's doing, and you know, you get your car and you drive it down the street the first time and the freaking thing falls into pieces. Who knows? I don't know, but at least I know if I plug weld this, those plug welds are going to hold. Everything's going to be like it's supposed to be. I'm going to measure it twice and cut once, maybe probably measure it 3 or 4 times and cut once. So yeah, I'm honestly hoping that this whole ass end of this car is not just bent down, because it's gonna be quite the chore to get that all back up like it needs to be, if that's the case. But yeah, we'll make it work. And this gap here kind of talks to that as well, because it's bigger. It's not like the other side, but it's bigger here, and it kind of, you know, it's fairly nice through here, but then as it goes to the bottom, it just almost disappears. So to me, that's telling me something squashed it down and they didn't get it quite pulled back up like it needs to be. And I'm hoping that the rails are actually what's holding that like that. So if I put the new rails in, you know, I'll probably have a gap up top, because it's going to need to come up, you know what I mean, more. So if I pull all the whole ass end of this car off and there's nothing really holding it in any tension or whatever, then hopefully I can push that floor pan back up enough with the rails to meet it, or push it down to meet the rails, and then get it all back straight like it's supposed to be. that's the theory. If you guys know anything better, holler at me. But right now, that's the theory. And again, I'm going to get going on taking this because that's not changing anything at all, really. I still have to pull this rocker out and get the new rocker underneath it. So we'll see you in a bit. Looky there. Last time I learned, I better wear me a face shield. Because of all that damn dirt that comes out of that thing. I was eating it last time. Here's something we didn't have in the last one. This little brace. I wonder if there's probably supposed to be a brace on that other side and it wasn't there. That's what I had up in here that I kept seeing. I'm thinking, what was that? And that's what that was. Actually, I had some comments telling me, guys telling me that there's supposed to be a brace in there. So, looks like I'll be buying some braces too. I don't know if I'll be able to reuse that one. Probably don't want to, being that who knows how freaking jacked this thing is. But yeah. You know, really, it's like I said before, it's pretty impressive. 50 years old, man. That's galvanized. And it's not rusted, it still looks good. And you know how much water's probably been down in this panel over the years? Well, clearly, you know, dirt and water and didn't rust. Said they need to make the whole damn car out of galvanized, right? But yeah, I kept hitting this thing here. That's why it kept taking me so long there. Alright, well, I got lots of spot welds to bust loose, and that's going to be pretty boring, so I'll bring you back when I get something worth talking about. See ya.